Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mary.
I'm Linda, and welcome to our kitchen.
We're Pinky Mouse Sisters in the kitchen, and Linda's making something really delicious today.
Well, I hope it's going to be good. It's been a while since I made this, but Mama made it every Christmas. She always made it.
Brings back childhood memories.
It sure does. So we're going to be making Hunkey Dorey, and then we're going to also, I had Mike to pop the popcorn this morning, and he pops popcorn almost every day. We've been married 42 years, and I dare say there has been 6 months out of that 42 years that he hasn't popped popcorn. That is his snack. He loves it. He eats a big bowl full every night. So he popped this fresh this morning, and we've actually got 3 bowls. I've got it divided out. And if you wondered why I've got this big bowl here, I got that so we can stir it and it not be falling out all over. So we're going to start over here at the stove. I've got my nuts here. They are toasted. And then the popcorn. And the popcorn is salted. Anybody that's ever popped popcorn knows if you don't salt it when it's first popped, you can't ever get enough salt on it. Now, that being said, Mike does not put a lot of salt on anything. In fact, he got on to me yesterday because on his blood work it showed that his sodium was high. He said, "You fixed me that bacon before I went up there and it made my salt be high, my sodium be high." He only ate 2 pieces. I mean, I don't really think that made it high, but anyway, it was kind of funny. So we're going to move over to the stove. We're doing 2 kinds. We're going to do Hunkey Dorey, and because I've got to cook the syrup mixture to hard crack stage, I thought, it'd just be fun to do 2 different kinds.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So Mary's going to be working on, and no, the recipe's not posted for our members. We will post it, and this is just something I just kind of threw together for the seat of my pants. Mary's going to melt some candy bark, and then we're going to put some sprinkles on it. So she's going to be working on that while I'm doing the other. But we'll get the syrup started first so they'll know what we're doing. So we're going to move over to the stove. And I've already got the burner on. And I'm using this 4-quart pot. This is 4 quarts, right?
Yes, it is.
And it's the Brilliance cookware. I'm using this because I wanted it deeper than the 2-quart.
Right.
Because I didn't want it to bubble up.
Okay.
So I melted some butter in my cup. And would you stick that in the microwave for about 8 seconds? It's already kind of set. Thank you, Mary. And I'm going to pour my Cairo in that.
Timer, 8, and then
I think you have to do time cook, Mary.
Oh.
To the left.
How do you turn the timer? Okay, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Time cook, 8, start.
Thank you, Linda. You know what? These microwaves are all different.
It's been a while since I used your microwave, and it is so different from what mine is. That should do.
Now, I'm using K-Roll, but you do not have to use K-Roll. Thank you, Mary. You can use the store brand. The reason we did this is so it'll be easier the K-Roll will come out of the cup easier. And so first of all, I'm going to put a stick of butter in here. And this is soft, but it doesn't have to be soft because it'll melt. I want to get all that butter.
I know it. Butter's just like everything else. It's gone up.
I have to start saving the wrappers, I guess. Okay, now I don't wipe my hands off. That was a stick of butter, and I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of K-Row. And again, you can use light corn syrup. It doesn't have to be K-Row. Now, I will tell you something about store brands. Some store brands it's very, very thin. And if it is, then I'm going to put some butter on this. If it is real thin, you're going to, I don't like the thin. I'd rather pay a little bit more and get the good. But now all store brands are not thin, but some of them are. And you can tell by turning the thing back upside down and kind of tell how thin it is. I'm going to add my sugar first. I've got 1 1/3 cups of imperial granulated sugar. And then I'm going to add the Karo. And then I got to put some salt in it.
I probably haven't made this probably once or twice in my life because Mama always made it for Christmas, and I always look forward to eating it because I love it. This is something that you start eating and you just don't want to stop.
Yeah, it is. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. Y'all may think that's a lot of salt, but that's what I'm putting in there. And then I'm just going to stir this real good. Now you don't want to bring this up to a boil real quick because I want the sugar to dissolve. So I'm just gonna kind of watch it and look at my recipe to make sure I've got everything in there.
I'm going to
Butter, sugar.
Now, Linda, this is a whole package of almond bark.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's 8 pieces. So
It's 8 of these little pieces here.
yeah.
And I'm going to microwave it on 30-second
Yeah,
increments.
30 seconds, 45 seconds at a time, just till it starts to melt.
I'll do 45 first because the first one always is
Yeah,
not,
takes longer.
Takes longer.
Excuse me.
And then I'll do 30 minutes.
Get me a little wet.
You have when you're microwaving bark, you have to do it in increments of a few seconds at a time because it will burn quick, and you just have to kind of do it a little bit at the time. At least that's the way it is with me. I don't have a lot of luck with bark.
Yeah, you do. You have to do it in increments.
When Linda asked me to do the bark, I thought, oh Lord. One thing I always mess up on, but I'm going to do my best not to make a mess of this
all
one.
you're doing is just melting it. It'll be
I know,
fun.
but you don't know me. When it comes to making candy or something, when I'm doing bark, see, it's just starting to melt. So we're going to do 30 seconds.
And this is, you can see that it's still, it hasn't even started to dissolve yet. Now this is one thing you need a candy thermometer for. Do you know that you can't find these things in a lot of places? Now,
I've had mine
at
a long
one
time.
Walmart didn't have them for a long time. You can get them at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Okay.
You can get them at a dollar store, I don't know. Yeah. But, and I have digital candy thermometers, but I like this one, and it's the old-timey one, but I like it. So once this kind of dissolves, then I will attach the candy thermometer to it.
It's still hard. We'll do it again.
It's so pretty outside. It was cloudy this morning.
I know. Well, it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to turn a cold spell Sunday and Monday.
Yes.
Sunday and Monday.
We're going to be probably in the high 30s, or I'm predicting high 30s.
Really?
Now, if it's clear, it's always colder at night if it's clear. If it's cloud coverage, it won't be. It'll be in the 40s. But if it's clear and there's lots of stars out, it could very well be in the high 30s here next week.
Well, I'm
That's
ready
exciting.
For it. Yeah,
Me
I'm ready
too.
for it. I sure am. I'm ready for a little cool weather.
And I may have told this before. I was telling earlier about the popcorn with Mike. Mike, when he graduated high school, he was on the bus the next day to join the Air Force. And during the time that he was in basic training, everybody was, all the guys in his squadron, they were, they're missing their girlfriends, they're missing their mamas, their daddies, they're missing their friends. And Mike, guess what Mike missed? He missed his popcorn.
Is that right? So he was a popcorn lover all
his life. He's loved popcorn. And so the day he got out of basic training and graduated, he went to a movie theater. He didn't go to see a movie, which he did go to see movies in. He bought the biggest thing of popcorn they had.
Oh.
That's what he did.
Well, Brother Boatman loves, he told this just the other day in the pulpit. He always loved popcorn like that.
Is that right?
Yes, he
Daddy
loved
loved popcorn too.
But Brother Boatman had to stop eating popcorn because it was something about his arteries. Remember he had that surgery on his neck? And they told him that he could not eat popcorn.
Well, Mike has had the artery surgery too, and he there was some times that he couldn't eat it, and I don't know if that was why or
Brother
not.
Boatman has not eaten popcorn in years now. I remember when it happened.
Talk about worried about Mike. If he didn't eat popcorn, I was worried about him because he always ate popcorn. But a lot of people texted and sent messages last night about Mike and praying for him and hoping that he felt better. And
he feels better. Does he feel better this morning?
He's in better spirits this morning.
Okay.
You probably could tell that.
Yeah.
But he has these things several times a day, and they did all the blood work up yesterday. Go ahead, Mary. I can tell that later.
I'm going to have to go ahead and put this over this. Get this in here and hope I do it right.
It's going to be pretty.
Yeah. I know Linda has to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I can't leave this because I don't want it to burn.
Yeah.
And I thought it would just be fun to do more than
and
one
Linda,
thing.
Will it be okay since I'm using this? Just use this same spatula to stir?
Yeah, sure.
Because I had another spatula.
Don't forget your sprinkles.
Do you want the sprinkles on there now?
Well, once it sets, you won't be able to get them on there.
Okay.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's just a combination of sprinkles of gray and black, and I think I put a few more in there. Gray and black and orange. And that candy settled.
Was there enough candy to coat it?
I think it's just about right.
Now,
Linda.
there's more popcorn over there you needed, but I just wanted to make sure that it had enough coating on it.
I think that you got just about right, Linda. Ooh, I know this is going to be good. That white chocolate. Now, would you put more sprinkles in it? It's still kind of soft.
That's up to you. You can put as many as you want to.
I'll put a few more, but it's got color to it.
I think that would be something cute for a Falls Fest or just for a snack.
Yeah.
For the kids around the house or something.
Sure.
And I didn't get anything to pour that out on. I was going to get a tray and because it's going to set.
That's what I was going to say. Do you want it poured out on a platter before?
A baking sheet, and there's some parchment paper on there. Okay. I would want the parchment paper on top of the baking sheet. So you want it spread out then? Yeah. So it'll. I didn't think about getting that out, Mary. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I went ahead and put the candy thermometer on there, and it's up to 250 right now. And you can tell that this is cooking.
Get some parchment paper on it.
And it needs to go to 300. And then I'm going to, when I take it off, I'm going to put some vanilla in it, stir it up, and then take it over there and pour it over the popcorn.
Okay, I'm going to pour this out.
If you need something else to spread it, Mary, just use another one of those scrapers over there if you need it. It's kind of pretty, isn't it?
It is pretty.
It's just something else. Used to, back in the day when we were really, really, really poor.
Yeah, I started to say
really poor. I would make the cheapest snack I could for us, and I always had stuff to make. I don't know how cheap it would be now, but I always had stuff to make peanut brittle. And I would make us peanut brittle, and we would eat peanut brittle for probably for days. We would eat peanut brittle because one batch made a lot.
Well, I was thinking our childhood, Mama making things that was cheap. that wasn't so expensive.
Right.
And that was popcorn balls, and Mama made popcorn balls, and
of course, anything you buy now is not cheap, so
No,
I don't know
tell
if that
you.
would be cheap or not.
no.
That's pretty, Mary.
Is this spread out enough? I
Yeah.
mean, didn't need 2 trays, did I?
I think that looks
Put
good.
some more sprinkles on top. That way they're bright and not covered in white chocolate.
All right.
That's a good idea. And this is something that doesn't take long to make, and we have I don't know if they sell this at the dollar store. Do you know if they sell this at the dollar
What,
store?
that bar?
Almond bar.
I don't know, Linda. I've never tried. I don't
But
know.
I bought this. You'll see it's a store brand. I bought this at one of our little. I don't even know what kind of store you call it. It's like a Cost Plus store.
Yeah.
And it's their brand, and it's perfectly fine. You don't have to get the name brand.
Thank you, little Linda, for telling.
Yeah, that looks really pretty.
Looks
Yes.
a lot better now because that white chocolate did cover. I'm just gonna
Okay,
put it
we're
all
getting
on
close
here.
to 300. I guess because this was a small amount, it's not taking as long to get it up to temperature.
Put some more orange. Okay. Little Linda says a little more orange. After I sprinkle those. The black and the gray was a little smaller, wasn't
On the
it?
bottom.
And it was on the bottom of the thing. So then when I did that last sprinkle, it was more black.
Sure.
Oh, am I out? I'm sprinkling it all
More over there.
that.
That's okay.
Oh, well. Okay.
I'm getting really close to 300. Just set that over there, Mary. Don't put it in the dishwasher water. And if you will, there's a pot holder there. If you'll move that over to the table, so we have room to do this. And we're almost at 300.
Do you want this pot holder here, don't you?
I want it on,
On
the,
the
table.
table?
Yes,
Okay.
please. And then I'll
Give
get.
me a few second warning so I get out of your way.
Okay, and then I'm going to get another pot holder to. Okay, we are at 300. So I'm going to remove this from the fire. And what I always do when I take this off, I always just have a cup ready because you can't immerse this in water, the whole thing. So I just have a cup ready and put that in water, and that way that's easy cleanup.
And I'm going to microwave this little bit of butter.
Okay. And I'm putting 1 teaspoon of vanilla in this, and I'm going to give it a really good stir.
Reminds me of peanut brittle.
It does. It's going to bubble up. That's another reason you need a little bit bigger boiler than a 2-quart. And I'm going to pour this, and Mary, you're going to stir this. All right. Over there. I'm pouring it.
All right, well, I'm getting my butter ready.
Okay. Okay, so here's our popcorn here.
It ain't.
This is a cup and a half of pecans. Would you kind of...
I used a lot of self-control not to eat your pecans.
Well, I actually put some extra ones in there because I'm really good about doing that myself, is snacking on pecans after I've toasted them.
Now, do you want...
And you could have done it. I just want to mix this. And then I'm going to pour this in there, Mary, and if you'll stir it
Okay.
while I'm pouring it.
Okay.
I don't want to burn you. I love the way this comes out of these boilers. The boiler's heavy. I mean, just,
Everything slides out of those boilers.
yeah, it
I
does.
love it.
I do
do
too,
too.
Linda. I love it.
Don't let me get your hand, Mary.
Okay.
It would totally take the hide off of your
Yeah, I know
finger
that.
if I did.
I know.
Can you kind of
I
scoop
will.
that off? Thank you.
Then I'm going to let you do the stirring now.
Okay.
I'll take the pot.
And just run some hot water in it.
Okay.
Thank you. A lot of that went down to the bottom, so I'm trying to get it mixed in good. And I want to put my hands in it, but I'm not because it's too hot. It's like popcorn
Gloves?
balls.
Do you need some gloves?
No, because it would melt them.
Oh, okay.
but it'll cool down in a little bit. In fact, I guess I didn't think this through. Would you get me another baking sheet out
Yeah, I
and
will.
some more parchment, please, Mary? Now this is a small batch. I imagine when Mama made this, Mary, she probably made 4 or 5 times.
She had to, because she had that bowl full.
And remember that one time that she had made it, and she ate it before Christmas, and she made 4.
I remember her saying that.
Okay. I just kind of want the pecans to kind of be scattered evenly.
Yeah.
Here.
People are asking where that bowl came from. Big one.
That bowl is Tupperware.
I knew.
And I bought this because when I was making cakes that you did 4 batches at a time, I didn't have a bowl big enough to mix that much batter in. That's a lot of cake batter, but my big commercial cake pans, they took a lot of batter.
I remember when you called and asked me, she said, Mary, she said, this is a huge bowl Tupperware has, and I think you might want to have one. And so I did.
I got one smaller than this too.
Yeah,
I got the red one.
I didn't get the smaller one, but I did get that one.
I don't use it very often, but you see that kept it from spilling out.
Right.
And that was my goal.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very quick snack.
Yeah.
And we're going to put this over there on the table and just let this set a little bit. You think it had enough coating in it, didn't
I think it did. I think it did.
I started to double that syrup recipe, but then I thought, no, because, I didn't put that on the recipe. I need to make it like it is.
Well, when this gets hard, you break it apart.
Yeah, you can break it apart.
Yeah.
So we're going to set this over here to just kind of set a little bit. And then we got a couple of things to show y'all. And then after this sets a little, we'll break some more apart. Mike's got some popcorn left to snack on.
Okay. I've received several birthday cards, and I thank y'all all so much for them. And one sweet lady sent me a card yesterday, and in it she had Linda and I both gift Artful Cross. Isn't that beautiful? She gave Linda both.
It's beautiful.
It's Julie and
so
Debbie.
Pretty.
Let me make
They're
sure.
sisters,
Yeah.
yes.
Janet and Debbie. It's Janet and Debbie. Janet and Debbie, thank you so much. And she
Those
was
are
so
so pretty.
sweet. She also sent us these, and she must have made these.
They're beautiful.
Pinky Moss Sisters. Isn't that cute?
It's beautiful.
That one came off, but we can put it back on there. And there's a different one. This one must have been. This is to Mike. She sent Mike one too. It
that
has
was
a car
so
on
sweet.
it.
Thank y'all
Isn't
for
that
thinking
cute?
about Mike.
That was so sweet with the little clothespin on the back.
Yeah.
I guess you could use this as an ornament, couldn't you?
I was thinking so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
She
so.
also, they also sent Linda and Carla
That
one.
was so thoughtful of
Wasn't
them.
that sweet? She
Yeah.
gave Carla and little Linda one also. So Carla, you watching? I got this for you.
Isn't that pretty? Those are beautiful.
Thank you so much. And Linda's has got one bird, and ours has got 2 birds. Isn't that cute?
That's very
So,
sweet.
Anyway, thank you so much for all your thoughtfulness. And also, we also got a package from Eleanor Gable. She sent, y'all may remember, she sent us a gift a few months ago, and she sent, it was valances, and she sent me this pattern.
Roosters.
Roosters.
Isn't that beautiful?
Curtains.
They're reversible, aren't they, Mary?
And then she sent me this. This is placemats.
Those are beautiful.
For my birthday.
Really, really good seamstress.
And then Linda, she sent her curtains with this kind of material and 4 placemats. Aren't those beautiful?
So pretty.
Very nicely done. Very nicely.
Thank you so much. Mine, I think, was baking, right?
Yeah,
and
this is the baking.
Yeah, that's what this is. They're very, very pretty.
Very
and
beautiful.
Such a, such
Good
a
seamstress.
nice seamstress. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Eleanor.
much for being so thoughtful and putting the time and effort into that.
Well, let me tell you a little story about these.
You can take the sack back. I'll keep
There's a
mine.
little story about these. She mailed these. It's probably been a month ago. And you know where they went the first time? They went to Hawaii. It was a postal area. It went to Hawaii, so it came back to her post office, and then she sent it, and it went to the wrong address, so she got it back. So then this time she's in it priority.
Talking about the traveling placemats,
Yep.
those have been around, haven't
Yeah,
they?
she said it didn't look like it was meant for us to get those when she actually sent them to us.
Well, thank you for your persistence, because
Yes.
they sure are beautiful.
Right, they are.
And this was really a short video. I thought it would take longer than that for that syrup to come up, but
That was quick. It was good.
it was very quick.
Very quick.
We're gonna put some on a platter in a minute,
Yeah.
but this weekend we're going. Mary's birthday's Friday, and we're going to 76, right?
76. Man, that seems old. 75 didn't seem that old. But when it crossed that other mark, it's beginning to make me realize it.
Well, I'm looking forward to a fun shopping
Me
trip
too.
with
I
us.
am.
With me and you and the girls, and Charles and Linnell's going to come over and have
Yes,
supper
yes.
with us, an early supper.
Little
So-
Linda and I was talking about it this morning. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm excited. I think maybe we might stop for a late brunch, and we can't eat 3 meals. That's just too much.
No, we can't.
And then eat dinner with Charles and Linnell.
Yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun. Do you know if Grace is coming? Probably not.
I
because
don't
it's-
think she is, but she said that she had mentioned to her, but she just wasn't sure.
Okay, yeah, her schedule.
Yeah.
And shout out to our nieces, Grace and Marcy. They won the best attorney
forgot what
award
it was.
in Parker County.
yeah.
Best of Parker County. We're really proud of
Yes,
them.
yes.
Grace went to law school
In Arkansas.
when her children were small.
She
Really,
went through all-
really tough time. Roy took care of the
Yes.
kids and worked. And,
She would work all day and night to graduate when she wanted to graduate.
and then Marcy, who is Aaron's wife, Charles' and Linnell's youngest son, she went to law school then.
After Grace came back and
Yes.
started the law office.
She started to practice.
She has her own law office.
And so, and then she went, and Bonnie, their youngest daughter, Grace and Roy's youngest daughter, she works there.
Right,
She runs the office. She runs a tight ship,
Yes, she
y'all.
does.
She runs a tight ship. She's a busy person.
Yeah. She has a lot of things on her plate besides her job. She
And her
is
children.
Her children. She's a
Cheer
cheerleader coach for her little girl. And she does all kind of fundraisers for the football team and the cheerleaders, and I don't know what all. It's so much I can't keep up with it. But she posts pictures all the time, and it's so sweet.
Yeah, it's two sweet children. And so that's this weekend. And then on the 22nd, we'll be at Bear Creek. That's on a Saturday. It'll be from 10 to 12. And if you haven't told us that you're coming, text and let us know how many's in your party. It's going to be fun. I'm hoping the weather's going to be nice.
Me too.
And it'll be a really fun day. It'll be worth your while to come. We're going to have prizes.
Yeah, we're going to have prizes. We'll give you a ticket as you come in.
Yeah.
And anyway, we're going to have a fun day and have lunch there.
Yes, and then in November, we're going to be at Sherman at First Baptist Church that's the 10th, right?
That's the 10th of November.
The 10th.
Yes.
And that is a closed event, but we still haven't locked anything in on
Right.
Friday morning, but I guess that would depend on whether or not we got
To use the church facilities.
the facility,
Yeah.
and if we got a group of people that wanted to come.
Right.
Anyway, it's going to be a busy season for us, and we know that everybody's busy this time of year.
And if you want to check out what we're talking about at this meet and greet at Bear Creek, go to bearcreeksmokehouse.com.
Yeah, and we're on their calendar.
Yes,
They
and
have
check it out.
Sorry, Mary. They have a Facebook page,
Yes,
too.
that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the Facebook. They got a Facebook page, and they post pictures all the time, and I was noticing they got a big Halloween display with all
Yeah.
the Halloween things.
They
so.
do a lot of stuff in the community. So, is there anything else that we need to mention that we've forgotten about?
I'm just looking forward to our little trip. We're going to go shopping and just having a fun day.
Yeah, we'll do some lives during the day and post a bunch of pictures. So
We won't be on tomorrow. Or are you going to be on tomorrow or not?
Mike has an
right.
MRI appointment tomorrow afternoon, but I do plan to be on in the morning unless I did make an event.
Okay.
Facebook has changed stuff, so you can't make an event until you can't make multiple events at one time. You can't make one until the current one is passed. I found that out because I told you I couldn't make the event for today.
Right.
I couldn't do it until last night after the other one had passed. I'll try my best to be on in the morning, and I'm going to make if I'm on, it'll be around 10 o'clock, and it's going to be something quick, fun, and delicious. Something that would be a good something good for. You could use it for. I don't know. Would you use it for an hors d'oeuvre?
You could. Or
just something to
hey,
snack
I'd like
on,
it for a side.
An evening snack.
I'd like it for a side dish.
And when I decided to, something with sweet potatoes, I'll tell y'all that.
Yeah.
When I decided to do this, I'd never heard of this before. And I said, I want to do this because I was going to make a sweet potato bites.
That's right.
And we've already done that.
Okay. Now, I was thinking about your sweet potato bites, but
Yeah.
now I know, remember, you changed it.
Yeah. So I looked it up, and there's like, it's, you can see it on the internet, but I promise y'all, I didn't even know these existed. It was just something I thought would be good.
Isn't that strange how you'll think of something, because I've done it before too, Linda. I'll think of a recipe or something, and I say, you know what, I think I'm going to try this and mix this with that and all that, and look up something, and there'll be a recipe. Somebody else has done thought up the same thing.
Well, is there scripture said there's nothing new under the sun?
I guess so. I don't, because I do that all the time.
I know technology changes all the time.
Yeah.
So for those of you naysayers will say something, yeah, there's always something new. And that may not even be a scripture. Is it a scripture?
I don't know.
I was thinking that was like a proverb scripture or something.
Now say that again.
There's nothing new under the sun.
I don't know if that's just a saying.
I won't have to look it up.
I can't remember.
Let's
my
get
memory.
this over there and
Okay.
see if this is set enough that we can put some on a saucer and taste it.
It looks good enough to eat. That's
This
for
is
sure.
still a little bit warm, but we'll see if it's set.
Yeah, Mama would have to. She would have about 3 times as much.
Yeah, she
every
had
Christmas.
a lot. She did.
And I always would bring me or get a Ziploc baggie and put me some in it and take home, and that's what I'd eat on the way home, because we always lived out of town, Houston or Memphis or.
I'm gonna walk right in front of this
Mississippi or
camera.
somewhere.
I need a plate up here.
And I'd always eat it on the way home. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Yes, that's in the Bible.
You want one too?
No,
It is. Thank you. Is it Proverbs?
I thought it was too, but Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes. Okay, I was wrong about that. Okay, so let's
we're
try
gonna
it. Let's see what we think. Yeah, see, it's set.
Yeah.
You can just get you some of both of it, Mary, if you want to. Just gonna do a little taste. Tell me which one you like best. Linda, you want to taste it, or you gonna wait?
Well, I love popcorn, and I'm like Mike. I could sit and eat it all day, but I can't because of my diverticulosis. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's what I tasted.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. I knew I liked that because of that chocolate. That's that white chocolate.
Kids could actually help you make this, right?
Mm-hmm. It sure is good, Linda. Makes me think of Mama.
Christmas. Now you could also do this with chocolate. You could do like chocolate chunks. You could even put chocolate chunks in this if you wanted to. But a lot of people like chocolate on popcorn. Is actually really good.
It seems like that Mama put all kind of nuts in hers.
She may have.
I think she did a mixture of nuts. I'm pretty sure she did.
You need some water?
Yeah, Mud, give me some water.
Mama, as a lot of people did back in the day, Mama used what she had.
Yeah.
And pecans, they mostly, they didn't buy a lot of stuff, like that when we were kids. They picked up pecans and cracked them and picked them out. But pecans were kind of a premium like they are today.
Yeah.
$13 and something a pound. Or at least that's what they are right now. They may be higher than that next week.
I know.
But if she had peanuts, or what else did she put in it?
She put almonds in it, cashews. It was a mixture of nuts.
Whatever she had, and she put that in it. And for one thing, to make it go further, to have a little bit of different taste.
Yeah.
So you could put, whatever you wanted to in here. Now, if you use chocolate chips or something, they would probably
You know what would
melt.
be good in that too is M&Ms.
You could put M&Ms in it.
Peanut,
Yeah,
the little Reese's peanut butter. I think that would be good in there.
it
too.
would be.
So
So
either one of these.
this will keep pretty good if you put it in an airtight container and store it. I like my stuff, unless it's something that I know has got a long shelf life, like our shortbread or ginger cookies, something. Those are the two things that I always made first at Christmas because they stayed fresh for a very long time. But I probably wouldn't make this real early, although Mama made this in November for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, as long as you keep it in an airtight container, it'll stay fresh.
stay.
I like it crunchy, and that's the only way it's going to stay crunchy.
Is
Because
to
if
keep
you
it.
leave it out, it's going to get soft.
And if you put it in a bag and that bag's got a hole in it, or you don't get all the air out of it, then that will not. It won't be as fresh either. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. It's not anything fancy or like Mary does, but I thought it would be something funny. I mean, something fun to do, not funny.
Yeah.
But something fun to do for a couple of snacks, and especially at this time of year with the kiddos and getting them involved.
Perfect time of the year to have this. It's perfect.
And, if you want to you let each kid do their own little thing. Let them have a little thing of popcorn in little bowls, and if they want chocolate in it or M&Ms or like you said, they would need some supervision with this, because I would not let a child take care of this unless they were an older teenager. But this right here, that would be very manageable for a young child, for a younger child.
Yeah, very good.
So we hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all are enjoying this weather, and hope all of our friends in Florida are getting back to halfway normal. I read something the other day. There were people from Canada. I think one of our followers said there were people from Canada there helping with it, restore the electric.
Right?
And Colette, they got electricity back, I think, a day or
good.
so ago. And so much cleanup. I've never lived through a hurricane, but we know of people that's close to us that have, and it's a devastating weather event. Right. So we're glad that they are getting help down there. And I guess we'll see them sometimes Friday.
Yeah, Friday for sure. We'll be together Friday. Now tomorrow we won't be together.
And hopefully I'll be on tomorrow making something, a good little snack. If I don't, I may just get on and give an update tomorrow afternoon after, of course, Mike, it's not no use for me to give an update because he won't know the results of the MRI tomorrow. Right. But thank you again. Thank you, everybody, for your concern and praying for him, and hoping that it's not going to be another major thing that he has to deal with.
We're just praying it won't be.
So thank y'all. Appreciate it. Love y'all, and
see you Friday.
be sure to count your blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.